What's up, YouTube? It's Vertex here, bringing you guys another video today. And today I'm bringing you guys my last class setups video from these updates I've been giving you guys. I gave you guys the first three about a month ago, and since then I've actually changed my classes up quite a bit. And this is basically my second run through of my new classes that have changed a lot. So there should be a link on screen to my domination and search and destroy classes, and there should also be a link in the description to both of those as well if you guys want to check those out. And yeah, so let's get into my Blitz classes here. As you see, all of my classes except for this one are all submachine gun classes. That is very opposite of my domination classes. As you can see, all of my classes in domination but one are a AR. So the reason for that is, in domination, I like to play slower and more just post up and then get on the flag when it's like I really need to. And in this game, obviously it's Blitz. You have to be way more aggressive, way more fast paced. And I mean, you can still have an AR, but I choose to run a submachine gun in Blitz personally. So this is just a standard AR class setup. I have obviously the Remington red dot grip. That's nothing new. Concussion grenade, just because that can really help to stop down the enemy, or slow down the enemy team when they're pushing for your portal or pushing across mid-map or something like that, just when you want to slow them down and allow your teammates to either pick them up or you can pick them up yourself. And my perks here are pretty basic. Obviously, the always needed focus and dead silence. Quick draw is pretty much standard for an AR. Ready up is just there to fill the spot. I could either do ready up, a secondary, or lethal, and I don't really need a lethal or a secondary. I really don't need a secondary. And lightweight, Blitz is still a fast-paced game whether you're running an AR or not, and I personally would like to be able to move quickly in Blitz, so I use lightweight. That's a pretty standard class. The rest of these classes are, they have something, maybe very small, but something is different about them from one class to another, and I'll get into that now. So this first class is just a basic, just run as quickly as possible. As you see, it's a submachine gun, MTAR, grip and muzzle brake. That's normal. Everyone pretty much uses that. And then you have marathon agility. That is why it's called run. I mean, you can run forever and as quickly as possible with this. You have steady aim just because it's a sub, dead silence, focus obviously for everything, and then really just ready up. When I'm running this much, I mean, I'm going to be basically constantly running with this class. I really do need ready up on this class just because if I ever get into a gunfight, it's really going to help me if I can bring my my gun up quicker after I get done sprinting. So that's that class. And the next class is going to be MTAR Stun, which is basically the same exact class down to everything except, as you see, I have a lethal and a tactical here rather than agility. Now that will just come out on certain maps like Octane, where it's a bigger map and you don't really need to run as quickly, you just need to be smart. And having a stun or a nade can really get you out of some tight situations if you have a nade and can nade someone, or it can still, just like the AR class, the concussion can slow down the enemy team as well. This next class is the same as my run class, except there is not a lethal or a tactical, and we traded out agility for attack resist. Now this is if the enemy team is just spamming stuns at you. You cannot move. You're just constantly getting stunned by the opposite team. So you really need something to combat that. And if you don't have a class that can, you're going to get screwed. You need to have at least one class with tack resist when you're playing Blitz, because if the other team is constantly stunning you and then pushing you and killing you, it's really going to get annoying and you're going to get frustrated. So this is the same exact class, just took off agility and threw on tack resist. And then this class is the exact same as the tack resist class, and the only difference is we basically just changed an attachment. We changed out muzzle brake for silencer. Now I like this class because obviously it's called MTAR Sneak. I like to be able to sneak around. I use this class more on Warhawk or Octane. When you use, bigger maps that the silencer will actually help quite a bit. Like Freight, you can use it, but I don't think it helps as much because the map is so small. People are just going to call you out and then they're immediately going to just be able to rotate back and pick you off. Whereas on a map like Octane or Warhawk, even if you get a kill with a silencer, yeah, they're going to call you out, but you can move into a spot and like, the map's so big that people aren't going to just be there immediately coming around the corner being able to kill you after you get that kill with your silenced weapon, whereas with a unsilenced weapon, people are just going to see that dot and then swarm towards it. So I personally just like, normally I actually run just this standard MTAR run class until I start getting stunned a lot. If I ever start getting stunned, I'll usually just pull out this attack resist class, and then the sneak class is just there if I want to do it. I mean, I don't usually use this, but it works very well. The silencer is a very effective attachment in this game. And then this last class is pretty standard as well. I mean, it's the same as my MTAR stun class, just it's not a stun, it is a smoke in this case, and I'm running a Semtex on this class because if I'm smoking their flag, normally when I use like lethal tacticals and things like that, I'll usually use like a stun nade. So I'll stun them and then immediately go for the nade. With the smoke, I don't want to throw the smoke down and then take time cooking a frag grenade, where that's, I mean, the smoke's only going to be ups for so long, so I want to use the smoke to as much as my advantage while it's up. I don't want to take time cooking a nade. I'd rather just throw the smoke, pop a Semtex in there, and then I'll just be able to run through the smoke and get the cap if there's anyone there. And these perks are the same exact as my other classes. The strike packages are really just personal preference. Really just depends on what you want to do in the game. If you're an AR player and you like being really aggressive still and getting caps, that's why I personally do, so I go for Marathon. Of course, I'm going to have Scavenger in there, because if I last for 6 kills in a row, I'm going to be getting low on ammo, so I'd like to do that. And then my bonus at 8 kills are pretty much, I mean, these are pretty standard perks. I don't see, there's nothing new there. So most of these are the same. Most of the only differences that change in my submachine gun strike packages are just going to be the change in perks here. So like, as you see, I took out agility going from the run class to the stun class. My first strike package is agility. So that's really the only difference there, is just my strike packages. I mean, these three are all the same, except this one doesn't have tack resist on it, so that's one of the things in the bonus rather than blast shield. Yeah, these are all pretty standard classes. So I'm just going to scroll through these one more time for you guys. That's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. Hopefully you can take something from these classes and use it in your own setups. And hopefully it will help you in your own gameplay. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like. And if you would like to see more from me in the future, be sure to subscribe. Peace.